Today I'm joined with Dom Vlogs, a TikTok influencer who I'll be interviewing about mental health online. So Dom, from your experience, how would you say being online affects you as an 18-year-old?
Um, I think because I'm still quite young, there's still a lot I need to learn. As I have just become an adult legally in the UK this year. I think there's a lot more that social media needs to work on, such as likes and follows and stuff, and how it can affect somebody psychologically. And also, I think because I'm so young and I've got a platform so big, it is quite daunting. Because I'm not fully educated on all the world issues, and I'm not fully educated on certain um aspects of life, and I'm still learning about it all and going through it all and trying to be as fair and kind as possible, because all I want to do is spread positivity online. um and it is quite hard to maintain that, because sometimes it can be hard to just keep positive when there's a lot of bad news, especially circulating on social media.
How did you feel when you started getting a lot of attention? Was it exciting or scary?
It was definitely exciting at first, because if anyone gets a viral TikTok video, they feel accomplished. They feel, oh, this is so cool. I've made people laugh. I mean, my motto is like, I want to make people laugh and entertain people, because the world would be really boring if no one laughed. And just to make people smile, it just makes me happy because I've made someone's day. Um, and it made me feel really good that I was doing that on a daily with this Posh Boy series that I was doing, pretending to be some stuck up posh chess player, horse rider, all that jazz. And at first it was really fun, and then obviously because you get such a platform, people get jealous. So people in my college class were taking the piss. People online were sending me harsh DMs, and it did become quite scary because people were like, "Oh, my sister goes to your school," or "I know where you live," and stuff like that. And people would just send like pictures of my house as they walk past and be like, "I don't know who you are." Like that's really, imposing on my privacy. So it can be scary at times, but it's exciting, but it does come with a cost of like jealous people, because wherever you go, you're going to get bitter people in life, and this is kind of like a life lesson that people are never going to be happy with you for just existing. So
Yeah, no. I actually accidentally almost doxed all my friends online once because I did that trend where it was your Snap score buys a house. Do you remember
Mhm.
that? And
Yeah.
I forgot to scribble out my friends' locations on Snap Map. So like three of them were home, and about me and a few others weren't. And I forgot to scribble it out, and it was up for like 20 minutes, and it got like almost 10K, and then everyone was like, imagine doxing all your friends. And I was like, oh my god. And I just said, don't worry,
No,
like
your
they
your
don't
friends
actually,
find
they're not
out.
at home. But I put it on friends only and it's fine now, but
Oh, okay, good.
it's
Oof.
so scary.
I know. Like the just doing on TikTok is like so, because one time, this is so embarrassing, but one time I was filming a video. I had morning hair and it was like up to here before I got a haircut. I looked like Marge Simpson. So I joked, and then in the background, I literally was just my bare bum was like in the mirror. So it got taken down instantly for minor safety, but 1,000 people saw it,
Oh
and I
my
was
god.
like, and then someone saved the video and just sent it to me. And I just didn't reply. It was so embarrassing, but we move. It happens.
Yeah, oh my god, that's horrible. It's like the reflection, like the bath tap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But I do remember your Posh Boy series. Like when did you do it? Like over a year now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I started in September 2019, on the first
Jesus.
day back at college. Yeah, so nearly 2 years ago.
Oh my god.
Um, and just the first, like, it was my first ever TikTok as well.
Mm.
Like, well, not first ever. I posted a couple like back in April and August, but I made a new account, and then this was the first one on a new account, and like I just posted because I was like, oh, brave it, and then like boom, like all of a sudden it just blew up, and I was like, wow, okay. And then I kept doing them and doing them until Christmas, and I got to like 300,000 followers, which was
Jeez, yeah.
immense. And then ever since it's just continued to grow, just me doing comedy videos.
Yeah, no, I remember. I'm always one of those people who don't like constantly comment. I kind of just observe. And I just remember like every time you'd post one, it would be like the first thing on my For You page, and I'd always watch them just like out of interest. But I
Yeah.
probably didn't follow you till like the fifth one I saw. But I just remember they were really
Well,
cool.
thank you for following me eventually.
No, I
And
followed you
I'm glad
like
you
back.
enjoyed
I
them.
followed you back in 2019, I think, but I just didn't. I can't remember it.
Yeah, well, it was nearly 2 years ago. It's crazy. Like, I was only 16. I was 16.
My age, yeah.
I mean, yeah, just you can do anything like you put your mind to. And I know you probably hear that quite a lot, but it is
Yeah.
true. Like just like in thanks to social media now, like YouTube and stuff and TikTok education, it's just like so helpful because there's so many tips you can learn about like editing and like Instagrams and doing whatever really, like building a social media portfolio and profile because yeah, just get yourself a platform. And like TikTok is I'd say probably the most easiest way to go about it because the algorithm there is just so kind. It like can blow up anyone and it's content, not the person themselves. Like a person, e.g., like let's say Abby Roberts, who's got nearly 20 million followers,
Yeah.
posts a video, it could get 1,000 views. And then someone who's got 20 followers could get a 20 million view video.
Mm.
So it just depends on the video.
You know, I think TikTok's great for that. Like anyone,
Mm.
like you see all like the awareness. Apart from the stupid videos and the horrible videos, you see like so much awareness on there. Some things. And it's
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
do you think social media pressures you into being a certain way?
Um, I think especially for young teenagers nowadays, because there's such a like a pressure to maintain a certain body type and post aesthetic and stuff like that. And it just like it's quite sad to see actually, because I got Instagram when I was I'd say 10, back in like
Jeez.
2012, 2013. Um, really, really early days. But I only did it because I wanted to post like funny videos and like pictures of
Yeah.
my food and stuff and my favorite app that I was playing on my iPad. And then nowadays it's like 13, 10-year-olds are posting like dance TikToks and like face tune selfies, and it's just like that's so detrimental to your body image. Like you, I don't know,
Yeah.
I really disagree with face tune and stuff because it just completely like what's it called, subverts like your perception of your face. You have to like edit it all to make it more Instagrammable, and it's just like, well, I think you should just embrace beauty because we're born into these bodies. We can't do anything about it unless you've got 10 grand in the bank to get plastic surgery done.
Yeah.
You know, and I think like social media definitely pressured me into being a certain way. Like I wanted to be cool and like accepted. So all the boys in my year would share these like memes and stuff, and I just pretend to laugh at them when they just weren't funny. And like you kind of categorize yourself into a falsified version of yourself, and it's just like, well, I don't want to be that person. I just have to pretend to be that person to be accepted socially. And I think school heightened that a lot. School was like, if you don't have the newest outfit from Top Man, or if you don't have, you know, um, the new Yeezys, you're weird. You know, you're not part of the popular kids. And I was just like, well, I don't really give a shit. Like I don't really want to do that. So I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna post whatever I want, and I have been doing so since like 2019, where I started the Posh Boy series.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think realism needs to be promoted more on like TikTok and Instagram now, because it's okay to use Facetune. Because I do it sometimes. I posted like this amazing picture, like my first ever bikini picture, but it was slightly edited. But then I put it on my story. Oh no, it wasn't. I don't know if it was edited actually. It was like an angle sort of thing. It was a really nice angle, but I put on my story like another angle which I kind of hated. But I was like, it's not real. And honestly, the amount of like just people I knew, like people like I just knew of, when oh my god, wait, this is actually so nice. I think it's so nice when you see someone that's not an influencer do it as well. Yeah, I just love like just realisticness. Like you see pictures of like Kim K and then like a unfacetune version. It's like so like just refreshing, and I think that should be way more of a thing really.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I totally agree.
Do you feel you have to be mentally strong to go into a career on social media?
Yeah, 100%. People are like, oh, being a content creator is such an easy job. It's really not, you know. It's actually really long hours, especially for doing brand deals, which is actually our main source of income. So what we do is we partner with a brand and we promote something and we put it on a video, e.g. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, like IGTV or Reels or whatever. Got to deal with the trolls, the abuse. You've got to deal with sometimes parents like blaming you for letting their kids go on their devices and finding your videos. Like one time I swore in a video and I got a full on like thesaurus length DM from a parent saying, my son was absolutely distraught with your language and all this stuff. I'm just like, well, TikTok's 13 plus, your son should be 9 years old and on TikTok.
Yeah.
And especially you should be watching what he's watching, like it's not my fault. Um, as well as that, you know, death threats are a big thing. You feel very unsafe at times. I remember I was in London and I was at an Airbnb, and some person jokingly said, "Oh, I saw you in Camden earlier." I was just like, "Oh, cool." And they go, "Yeah, I saw you going into your Airbnb," and I was like, "Okay, don't tell anyone. Like, don't like what?" And then they were just like, "Oh, I should come over later." I was like, "No, that's a like, don't." And then weirdly, more recently, since I've come out, I've got a lot of old men, um, just sending unsolicited
Oh,
pictures and stuff like that, and it's just like, well, like it's all in a big bubble, and can be very stressful because I'm also a college student myself, taking media. I finished my final exam last week, thankfully, so I've got a lot more time on my plate now. But revising for that and doing social media full time is really like stressful
yeah.
because you have to post, you have to keep consistent because if not, you fall off. So like 3 times a day, 2 times a week on Instagram, and then like all so Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, um, TikTok, and like everything else. You just got to keep it moving, and it can be really hard to keep up with it, especially because lockdown 3 made me feel really, really low mentally, and it was hard. So I had to take a break because I couldn't do it anymore. Um, and thankfully, that break gave me more of a thick skin than I had before. So I think I've definitely improved mentally
Yeah.
wise. But yeah, you to resolve, you need a strong mental health, definitely,
Yeah.
to
You
get
need the
to this.
mindset as well, don't you?
For sure, you need to believe, you need to be confident as well because if someone comments on your post saying like ugly or like that outfit doesn't suit or something, you just got to have the mental capacity to not reply to them or not bite back, either just block them or ignore it. Because they're bitter. They've clearly got something going on. I saw a tweet the other day of like a circle, like a pie chart, and there was this tiny slice saying what you know, and the rest of it was what someone else is going through. And I thought that was really valid because if you take a walk in someone else's shoes, you might realize that they're having the worst day of their life and they could be commenting something nasty because it's just a reaction. So you never just bite back on someone. Um, just either ignore it or block. That's my mentality. Years of pressure of social media that it emits, and even if you're not an influencer, you can still get pressured on social media.
And lastly, how do you stop the negatives from getting to you?
Um, as sad as this is, I think it's desensitization because I used to take things so hurtfully. When I used to do YouTube back in 2016, the first hate comment I got was a vlog where I went to Thursford, which is like this local Christmas market. And am I allowed to like say what it was?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
They said drink bleach and kill yourself. And I was like 13 at the time, and I was just like I started crying. I hated it. And then obviously years later, I kind of received similar DMs of just people who are just unhappy. Clearly, all you got to do is feel sorry for them, really. And it's just resilience and desensitization to it because it's just like, oh, okay, I don't. Thank you for wasting your time on me. I'm not going to really look into the comment. Um, and then also as well, there's just like I am very into spirituality and manifestation and stuff, and pep talks, meditation, like believing that you're confident is a big thing. And I believe that I'm confident enough to not let silly petty comments get to me because why on earth would I let someone who's not got a profile picture, just having an alt account to hate on somebody get to me when I'm living my best life with my tapestry that I bought last week. Just having a good time, really. Just, appreciate the goods in life, like, the small things. So you've got a bed, a roof over your head, because someone's trying to be a thorn in your ass and just being rude. Okay, thank you for your time. I don't really care, just like having that sort of carelessness toward those comments, but more like focusing on the nice comments, like, "Oh, you killed this. Oh, you look so good," and stuff like that. Because that's the comments you should be putting your energy toward, not the comments. I know it stands out. There's always the one that like you can get 5 nice comments and 1 bad comment, but it's all about like self realization and like awareness of how you're going to take that in. Like, are you going to overthink about it, or are you just gonna ignore it and move on with your day? And it is hard. It's definitely really, really hard, and it took me a long time to get over those comments, but I have now, and I'm grateful for that. So
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I feel like beauty standards on TikTok as well. Like they're through the roof these days, and you get so like you can put one comment, and it may not even mean to be mean, but that will could just haunt that person for the next week or something. And I'm so careful about commenting. Like if there's an extremely skinny girl, I'm like, well, I don't want to just compliment them because that will just make me seem like I'm being fake. And then you have all the backhanded compliments. I'm not really sure what to do. I'd just say something like, oh, I don't even comment half the time because I just don't want to get involved.
yeah, I mean that's what I do. I just if I see loads of comments, for example, like someone's doing a cover on TikTok, especially because these videos seem to always come on my For You page, or my friends even send them to me. and it's someone singing, and they're not the best, and like if people find it funny, and it's just like, well, this was funny in like 2005. Like,
Yeah.
don't tag your friends and like make them feel like rubbish because they've got the confidence to get up on a public app with nearly 1 billion users and sing. And I think that's quite ballsy because I wouldn't do that. God, I wouldn't sing online because I can't really sing. But they're trying their hardest. And like the comments nowadays are better because some people are just like giving them constructive criticism instead of just tagging their friends going like a crying emoji or like, what the fuck is this and stuff. And it's just like, well, have some respect. Like I just guarantee that in person they would not do that to their face.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and if they got that comment, they'd feel like rubbish. So just it's kind of like karma. But anyways, you just got to be very, very strong. Um, and it can be a toxic place, but it can also be a beautiful place. You just need to find the place yourself with your interests and friends, if you have online friends, because they help a lot. And just being yourself online. Don't fake it, because that
Yeah,
gets you nowhere.
100%. All right. Thank you.
Absolutely no problem. It was lovely to talk to you.